Welcome to Vision 101. In this webinar, we'll be covering what will happen the first time you log in to Vision 9.2. We'll also look at some new password requirements in the new system, take a look at how you navigate through Vision 9.2. We'll also look at browser compatibility and browser clearing questions. When you first log in to Vision 9.2, you can use either your Vision user ID or your employee ID number. Either one will get you to the same place. When you first get into Vision, you'll be prompted to change your password. Click on the link that says click here to change your password. Click in your current password. And create your new password. In the new system, to bring our password security requirements up to date, we've changed the requirements from it used to be just you needed 8 characters and at least one needed to be a number, and in Vision 9.2, your password will need to be at least 8 characters long, one will need to be a number, you'll have to have at least one uppercase and one lowercase letter, and you'll have to use one special character, for example, an exclamation point. Once you do change your password, you'll also be prompted to set up forgotten password help. In Vision 8.8, that was an optional thing that you could do. In Vision 9.2, we are requiring that you do it upon your first login. And in the future, we'll no longer be setting or resetting passwords at the Vision Help Desk. All we'll be able to do is unlock your account so that you will be able to then use the auto password help. So this is a critical step. It won't let you proceed until you do it. So if you click on the OK button, click on Change or Set Password Forgotten Password Help. You can pick one of 13 different questions. In this case, I'm going to pick what is the name of a memorable place. Type in your answer and click OK. You'll get a message saying your password has been saved. Click OK. And you're brought into the home screen. Just a reminder that the system allows you 3 failed login attempts. Upon the 3rd failed login attempt, your account is frozen and you won't be able to do anything until you call the help desk to have it unfrozen. And so we recommend that before you get to 3 failed tries, try the failed login help. You will get an email sent to you. And just to demonstrate how that works, we'll take a look at that. I'm going to sign back out. If you forget your password, click on I forgot my password link. Ask for your user ID. Click continue. It'll ask the question that you set up and forgot my password help. Type in your response. Click on email new password. Click on the Return to Sign On page. Check your email. You'll see that you received an email with a new ID password. As you'll notice, they're pretty different, so the easiest way to do this is to copy it and paste it right into the sign-in box. Again, because it was just a temporary password sent by the system, you'll have to change your password. Click here to change your password. Our password is the one that was sent to you by the system. The new password, you can make it whatever you want as long as it's 8 characters long. One character is a number, one's a lowercase, one's an uppercase, and one's a special character. You can't use the password you've used before. Change password. Password successfully been changed. You're back in the system. So take a look at the navigation. We're going to go into a different user just to see more screens. So we'll pull someone else up. In this case, you'll see as you on the home screen, there's a set of tiles. These tiles are links to different functionality that you have depending upon the security you have in the system. So for example, if you click on the General Ledger Work Center tile, that will bring you to the General Ledger Work Center. The tiles you see in your particular home page will, as I said, depend upon the modules you have access to in PeopleSoft. We'll be covering work centers in a separate webinar next week, but in the meantime, just take a quick look. In each work center, there's links to all of the work that you generally need to do within that particular module. So on the first side, on the left-hand side here, you'll see 4 different pagelets. The first 2 are my work. These are links to all of the things that you can take actions on. If you click on Journals with Errors, it will bring all of those up into the workspace here. On the links pagelet, there's links to various functionality. So for example, if you want to do create update journal entries, you click the down caret on the journal selection, click on that, and it'll bring you to the create update journal entries page, just like you get to today through the other navigation that we use in version 8.8. You'll also notice that further down here in the links area, there are links to all the other work centers in the system, so you can get to those that way. You can always get back to your home page by clicking on the home icon. The search icon lets you search functionality. If you type in a word or a phrase here, it will bring up all of the pages in PeopleSoft related to that search. In the action list, if you click on that, you can add things to your home page, customize the home page. You can add to the nav bar. Here's where you can add to your favorites. If you're in a page you want to add to favorites while you're in that page, just click add to favorites and it will do it. And then you can sign out of the system here as well. This icon over here is called the nav bar icon. If you click on that, it opens up the navigation bar. On the nav bar, there's a list of different places you can go to. You can go to recent places you've been to. You can go to My Favorites, which is where you would have anything that you had saved. You can go to the Navigator menu, and these are all of the different things that you have access to. So for example, you get to the General Ledger functionality by clicking on General Ledger here, Journals, Journal Entry, and Create Update Journal Entries. We can get there the same way through this menu as we did through the work centers. We recommend you use the work centers, and in the work center webinar, we'll show you how you can customize those. You can add links and reports and queries there as well if you want to. So if there are things that you use that we didn't build into them, you can do that there. That's a quick review of the navigation. Again, the nav bar, you can always go back to the navigator. It's going to bring you back to the last place you were. You can click back out to the main menu and see the different options that you have. And again, these will vary depending upon the security you have in the system. So sometimes if you're having issues logging in, there are certain things to look for. One is to make sure you're in the Vision login screen with a white background. If we sign out of here, you'll see that the Vision login screen always has a white background. The HR system has a blue background. Be sure you're using the correct user ID or your employee number. Your Vision user IDs are generally your first initial last name all in caps. However, if you have a longer last name, that'll be a partial name, and sometimes because we may have 4 or 5 J Smiths, you might be J Smith 6 or whichever it may be. And then just to show you here, because one of the issues that we can have is making sure that you've cleared your browser cache. And also sometimes if you've saved passwords in your browsers, you have to delete passwords. So we'll go look at Microsoft Explorer first. If you go up to the little gear icon, down to safety, hover over that, it brings up delete browsing history. Click on that, and here's where you can pick what you should delete. If you do save passwords, this is where you click on, make sure passwords are selected, click on delete, and it'll delete your browser cache. In Chrome, if you go up to the 3 bars up in the upper right hand corner, go to history, hover over history, click on history, brings up a menu over to the left here. Click on Clear Browsing Data. And you get a similar screen that lets you pick the various things you want to delete. In this case, the passwords are selected, but there are none that I've saved. And you click Clear Data, and that will clear the cache and passwords within Google Chrome. For Firefox, go up to the three bars in the upper right corner, open the menu, go to Options. It opens a new browser tab, Privacy and Security. You want to click on the Clear History button, and you'll see if you clear now, it will clear all your history there too. If you've tried these things or are still having difficulty logging in, please contact Vision Support and we'll be able to help you get on. In talking about which browsers will work Vision 9.2, we have tested those. All of the versions supported by the state currently in Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, and Mozilla Firefox worked fine. We had some minor issues with Microsoft Edge, and for Apple Safari, which we tested on iPads only, there were some minor issues with those too, including the fact that default is pop-ups are turned off, and to work in PeopleSoft, pop-ups have to be turned on. So some minor issues on that, but in general the system works fine on any of the browsers that you'll be using on a state computer. And to log out, as I showed you earlier, you just click on the actions list and click on Sign Out. And then you should close your browser to be sure that the sign out is complete. That concludes the Vision 101 webinar. Please join us for other webinars as we go forward, and we look forward to starting up the new system in February.